Welcome, everyone, and welcome to our Leadership in a Time of Crisis, the WBJ's one-on-one series. My name is Chris Jutton, and today I'm going to be joined by Bob Cox, Managing Partner at Bowditch Dewey. So, Bob, welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me. Good to talk with you.
Well, let's get right to it. I have a lot of questions to ask you. So, Bowditch developed two internal response teams in early March, to prepare for everything that was coming down the road. One was for the firm and one was actually for your clients. Can you tell us about first the one for the firm and who was included and what did those discussions look like?
Sure, absolutely. So like many businesses, we were recognizing what was coming down by way of the governor's order. So we started to do some planning. We put together a business continuity plan or business operations plan, which really managed our operations and started gearing us up for going 100% remotely. And we did, and they've helped us coming back, and I'll get to that later. And the team included our administrative folks, our executive director, IT, HR, operations, and me, and attorneys. And the core, let me just get the core focus of what we really wanted to focus on. Sort of the driving principles were, one, servicing our clients because that's what we do, and then second is the health, safety, well-being of our employees, our staff, and also making sure we look long-term on our business side.
Absolutely. So your client-focused COVID-19 response team and legal resource page on your website, it says it's a multidisciplinary team and that it's equipped to handle lots of different types of challenges faced by your clients in these unprecedented and very difficult times. So we've seen a lot of content from Bowditch and Dewey. Can you tell us how the group came to be and what they're doing?
Yeah, well, so we recognized early on, I mean, what we do is we counsel clients, and when we're hearing from clients, help, how do we deal with these things? Whether it was a labor and employment issue, a leasing issue, early on the questions on the legal side, what is force majeure, what does that mean in our agreements? So we were getting feedback from our clients that they really needed help, and we tried to figure out, all right, what's the most efficient way to get these common questions, get answers to our clients? And it was changing so rapidly too. So we put together a team, as you said, multidisciplinary across the spectrum, from the litigators, labor and employment, our estate planners, and especially on our business side, to come together, start exchanging ideas and putting content up on a website that we created to have blog posts, Q&As. Eventually that kind of morphed into, as we moved along, to webinars, which we've put a lot out there. And we began to work with some organizations too, like the Chamber here, Worcester Business Journal, and others in order to team with those groups in order to get information out there, especially the webinars. We found are pretty effective. And the world had changed because, in the past, if we were to put on a presentation, it would be in person, we might get 100 people there. On these webinars, we're getting over 200, and they're very efficient in getting information across.
Absolutely, indeed. I feel like the world has changed on the business side of things, and it sounds like your firm is moving very quickly. You transitioned to 100% remote work environment, as many businesses did. What was that transition like for you and the other attorneys at the firm?
Well, at first it seemed a little scary, but in retrospect, it was pretty seamless. And looking back, we really had prepared for going to working remotely. We had invested in cutting edge technology, training so that people were ready to do it. So when the time came, we had our internal group that was ready to help out to make it happen. We added some training as we get close to when we knew we had to go to remote working, and we added a few laptops too. But it really was seamless for us to make that transition.
And we all, as business people out of the office, had to learn different management styles and certainly time management styles. What did you learn about not only your style, but the firm while you were working remotely?
I learned that we're pretty flexible and adaptable, that when it comes to learning some new technologies, we're able to do it. So there's a lot of things we've learned about what we can do much faster. So a key observation is that we can absorb a lot and make changes. I think some of the changes that we were thinking, well, that'd be many years off. But especially on the technology side, I think we move pretty quickly. And I do think on the efficiency side, I'm finding that we're doing things a lot more efficiently. The Zoom meetings or the team meetings, really, well, they have the weaknesses. You're not having, in-person meetings. But in terms of getting things done, getting decisions made, getting information across and feedback, they're very, very efficient. So that's something that I think is positive.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people would tend to agree with you. But here's a question I'd love to ask businesses now that we've sort of moved through this and where we are in the cycle of everyone getting back to the office. Or are we staying, as a hybrid, or will people just stay at home? What are the lessons learned that's going to change the firm going forward, not only on the operational side, but how you service your clients?
I think it allowed us to have more direct conversations with our clients, because we were all going through the same thing. Oh, this is new. How do we deal with this? How do we deal internally and externally? So it allowed for better and more direct conversations with our clients about what their needs are. And that in turn allowed us to counsel them more directly on that, which I think was really, really good. And as I mentioned before, where we moved on technology, where we moved on efficiencies, and with our getting to our client needs more efficient, that I think was really, really good. And I see that continuing.
And Bob, I just want to close with, Bowditch has been such a leader in terms of getting really important information out there. I mean, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of fear among our business people. And I've seen all the content that you've put out to not only help manage those anxieties, but certainly give them useful information. So we're absolutely grateful for that. Are you excited about the next chapters as Massachusetts continues to reopen? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I am. I do view that, well, there are all sorts of difficulties in dealing with this, but I do believe that we have moved ourselves forward, the way we interact with one another, the way we can be more efficient in our meetings, be more efficient in servicing our clients. So yeah, I think there's lots of things to look forward to. What has been missing, of course, are the face-to-face meetings where we have spontaneous interactions and discussions, but I'm finding with some patience and some good use of the Zoom or team meeting time, that also can happen.
Absolutely, Bob. It was such a pleasure speaking with you, learning about you and the firm and your leadership style in this unprecedented time in business. And I'm excited to talk to you again. And I want to thank our viewers, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you very much.